Have you ever wondered why some people who start at the same place as you, or even with less, still manage to rise up while you feel stuck in place? Maybe they're not smarter than you. Maybe they're just calmer than you. In a world that's constantly racing, noisy, and fast-paced, sometimes the greatest advantage isn't speed, it's composure. It's not about reacting quickly, but reacting wisely. It's not about rushing to make money, but staying clear-headed, whether money comes your way or walks out the door. And that's exactly where an ancient philosophy, Stoicism, comes in. Once practiced by emperors, warriors, and thinkers, Stoicism is now more relevant than ever for those seeking lasting success, not just temporary wins. Stoicism isn't about being cold, emotionless, or living in hardship. It's the art of staying steady in the storm. It's the skill of controlling yourself when everything around you is chaos. It's the quiet strength to keep walking, even after failure, heartbreak, or when life punches you straight in the face. In this video, we'll explore what Stoicism really is and why it's surprisingly practical for today's generation. Real-world examples, from ancient Rome to modern-day entrepreneurs. And most importantly, how you can apply Stoic principles to your career, relationships, and everyday life so you can build a mindset that's truly unshakable. The journey starts right now. Part 1. What is Stoicism and why is it the foundation of a resilient success mindset? You may have heard of Stoicism before, an ancient philosophy that sounds cold, rigid, and hard to relate to. But in reality, it's the opposite. Stoicism is the antidote to impulsiveness, stress, and the sense of being lost that so many of us deal with every single day. 1. So what is Stoicism, in simple terms? Stoicism isn't about withdrawing from life, starving yourself, meditating in caves, or shutting down your emotions. At its core, Stoicism means understanding what you can control and letting go of what you can't. It looks like this: not getting angry at the rain because you can't stop the clouds, not breaking down because someone badmouthed you, because you can't control their mouth, not getting cocky when praised and not crushed when criticized, because your worth doesn't change with someone else's words. For Stoics, life isn't about reacting to the world. It's about choosing how to live, no matter what the world throws at you. 2. Who actually lived by Stoicism and made an impact? Here are 3 of the most iconic Stoics. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful Roman emperor. Yet every morning he reminded himself, "Today I will meet people who are selfish, ignorant, ungrateful, deceitful, and that's perfectly normal." Epictetus, once a slave, abused and stripped of rights, who became one of the most influential thinkers in history. Why? Because he realized the one thing he still controlled was himself. Seneca, a wealthy politician surrounded by manipulation and betrayal, yet he remained calm. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. These weren't monks on mountaintops. They were men living at the heart of power, pressure, and politics, yet they held steady minds, warm hearts, and grounded feet. 3. Why is Stoicism the foundation for a modern success mindset? Now think about it for a second. How many times have you made the wrong decision because you were angry, afraid, or rushing? How many times did you quit halfway because of a single insult or judgmental glance? How often have you exhausted yourself chasing approval, comparing, competing, trying to control how others see you? We live in an era where information is overwhelming. Emotions are exaggerated, and appearances often matter more than depth. In that world, real success is no longer just about how talented you are, but how grounded you can stay. That's where Stoicism becomes your secret weapon. It helps you focus on what you can do, instead of complaining about what you can't. It helps you stay committed to your path, instead of getting swept up in praise, hate, or noise. It helps you face failure calmly, because failure is just data, not a death sentence. 4. In other words, Stoicism is the core of a truly sustainable success mindset. Many people think success is about discipline, hard work, 5 a.m. mornings, and 100-hour work weeks. But without inner calm, you'll burn out. You'll break. Stoicism teaches you: don't panic when things go off track. Don't gloat when luck is on your side. Don't blame when everything falls apart. Because a Stoic always comes back to one simple question: Am I doing the right thing right now based on my values and my ability? If the answer is yes, then you don't need to worry. You don't need to rush. You don't need to pretend to be successful. So if you're searching for a mindset that leads to long-term meaningful success, not just at work but in life, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a way of living, a shield against chaos, a foundation you can build your entire future on. Part 2. Real-world examples of how Stoicism leads to success. Stoicism isn't just for ancient philosophers in togas staring at the clouds. It has been a survival guide for emperors, slaves, merchants, and today, for startup founders, CEOs, athletes, and best-selling authors. Here are powerful real-life examples that prove Stoicism isn't just a theory in books. It's a force that has shaped and continues to shape human destiny in the real world. 1. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who kept a journal to stay humble. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, the most powerful man on earth in his time. But instead of partying or chasing fame, he wrote in his private journal, not for the public, not for likes, but to remind himself how to live with wisdom, even at the peak of power. Today I will meet people who are selfish, deceitful, arrogant, jealous, and narrow-minded, but I will not be angry, because that's just human nature. Sounds like your office? Facebook feed? A team meeting before a deadline? Even as emperor, he didn't fall for the illusion of power. Stoicism helped him stay humble, patient, and clear-headed, especially during wars, plagues, and civil unrest. So if someone with the whole world at his feet had to train his mind like this, what excuse do we, with our daily stress and small struggles, have for not doing the same? 2. Epictetus. From beaten slave to master philosopher, Epictetus wasn't born privileged. He was a slave, powerless, abused, and living in harsh conditions. But he discovered one truth: no one can control your mind unless you let them. That realization became his superpower. It's not what happens to you that causes suffering. It's how you think about what happens. Epictetus went on to become a revered philosopher, teaching the rich and powerful how to take control of their own lives. The lesson? Success doesn't come from where you start. It comes from how you respond. 3. Ryan Holiday, the modern marketer who brought Stoicism to the world. Ryan Holiday was the youngest marketing director in American Apparel at just 21. A student of Robert Greene, author of the 48 Laws of Power, he had fame, pressure, and burnout. Then he returned to Stoicism and found peace. He wrote The Obstacle is the Way, a book that uses Stoic principles to turn failure into opportunity. It became a go-to read for NFL teams, CEOs, Olympic athletes, and even the U.S. military. One powerful idea from the book: you get fired. One mindset says, this is unfair. The Stoic mindset says, what can I learn from this? Could this be a pivot point? Today, Ryan lives on a small ranch, writes in the morning, and avoids the endless hustle. He no longer chases success. He lets success find him by living in alignment with his values. For Jack Dorsey and Jeff Bezos, CEOs who use calm as a superpower. Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter and Square, is known for his minimalist lifestyle, meditation, and silence. He once said that his best decisions didn't come from more data, but from a quiet mind that could cut through the noise. He meditates daily, takes long walks, eats simply, to stay mentally clear amidst billions of dollars and shareholder pressure. Similarly, Jeff Bezos once said, the most important job of a leader is to make high-quality decisions. That only happens when you're not emotionally hijacked. Bezos often handles the biggest problems early in the day, when his mind is at its calmest. That's Stoicism in CEO form. 5. Bill Belichick, coaching greatness with Stoic discipline. Bill Belichick, head coach of the New England Patriots, is one of the most respected strategists in NFL history. His philosophy? Do your job. Focus 100% on your role. No excuses. No comparisons. No finger-pointing. That mindset is pure Stoicism. Do your part. Let go of what's beyond your control. Stay steady, especially in high-pressure moments. And under his guidance, Tom Brady became a legend, and the Patriots built a dynasty. Temporary setbacks. Permanent strength. Stoicism is no longer just a distant philosophy. It's a tool for modern living, used by emperors, slaves, authors, CEOs, coaches, across eras, professions, and challenges. What do they all have in common? None of them had it easy, but all of them knew how to stand tall in difficulty, because they built strength from within. And that's a strength you can build, too, if you start training your Stoic mindset, starting today. Part 3. How to apply Stoicism in daily life to build sustainable success. There's something you should always remember. Stoicism is not a lofty theory. It's a life skill. And like any skill, it only becomes valuable when you actually practice it. Every day, every hour, every decision. So how can you, an ordinary person, not an emperor or CEO, live by Stoic principles, stay strong through life storms, and move forward on your path to real success? Start with these 5 simple but powerful principles. 1. Negative visualization. Imagine the worst to remove its power. Sounds backwards, right? But this is one of Stoicism's core practices. Every morning, imagine what could go wrong during your day. A tough meeting, a rejection email, an angry client, being misunderstood. You're not doing this to be pessimistic. You're preparing your mind so that if it happens, you're not shocked. If it doesn't, you appreciate the good even more. Marcus Aurelius did this daily. Today I will encounter people who are rude, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful. He wasn't complaining. He was training his emotional muscle to stay calm when the storm hits. Try this. Before starting your day, sit for 1 to 2 minutes with your eyes closed. Visualize a few possible difficulties. Then remind yourself, no matter what happens, I will stay grounded because I've already prepared. 2. Know what you can control and let go of what you can't. If Stoicism had a golden rule, this would be it. Focus only on what you can control. You can't control the weather, but you can bring an umbrella. You can't control how others feel, but you can control how you respond. You can't control rejection, but you can control what you learn from it. Apply it like this. When you're stressed, ask yourself, do I have control over this? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. Write it down if needed. 1 column for what I can control, another for what I can't. You'll be surprised how much of your stress lives in the 2nd column. 3. Keep a daily Stoic journal. Stoicism isn't meant to live in your head. It's meant to be written down. Write to reflect. Write to ask yourself, did I live according to my values today? Write to create space between emotion and action. How to do it. Each night before bed, write 3 quick lines. What made me lose my temper today? How did I respond? Was it with reason or emotion? What will I do better tomorrow? It takes just a few minutes, but it helps you live more intentionally, 1 day at a time. 4. Pause before reacting. Don't be a slave to emotion. Stoics aren't emotionless. They're just not ruled by emotion. A rude comment. Are you about to snap back? Bad news. Are you ready to panic? A tense moment. Are you ready to explode? Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what do I actually control here? How will I feel an hour or a day from now if I react emotionally? Apply it. Build a habit of waiting 5 seconds before responding. Don't reply to that email when you're furious. Don't make big decisions when you're fired up. This simple pause is a modern-day superpower in a world obsessed with instant reactions. 5. Choose action over complaining. Do what you can right now. Stoicism doesn't teach you to accept everything. It teaches you to take clear, calm, focused action. No blame. No delays. No unrealistic expectations. Just do the right thing within your power right now. As Ryan Holiday wrote, the obstacle is the way. Don't wish the road was easier. Become stronger. Apply it. When life gets tough, instead of asking why me, ask what can I do now? When you feel stuck, don't wait for motivation. Take 5 minutes of action and momentum will follow. Final thoughts on part 3. Stoicism doesn't make you numb. It makes you resilient. The calm in a chaotic world. Like a mountain standing tall against wind, rain, and storm, your inner stillness becomes a foundation of real success. Not just fast wins, but success that's deep, meaningful, and durable. Conclusion: the Stoic journey begins within. You've stayed with me from the very beginning. exploring philosophy that's thousands of years old, yet surprisingly alive and practical in today's chaotic world. And we've seen clearly, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It helps you manage your emotions, stay grounded in the storm, and pursue your goals with steady determination. From Marcus Aurelius on the throne to Epictetus in slavery, from overworked CEOs to slow-living authors, they all have one thing in common. They mastered themselves before they tried to master the world. And you can do it too. You don't need to be a philosopher. You just need to begin with a single, simple habit. Write one line of reflection each day. Pause for 5 seconds before reacting in anger. Focus only on what you can control. Learn to accept, but never give up. That's Stoicism in practice, not in theory. And that's the foundation of real success. Strong, lasting, and deeply rooted. True success isn't how fast you rise. It's how firmly you stand. If this video meant something to you, don't just keep it to yourself. Like the video so Stoicism can reach more people in need. Share it with someone who may feel lost and help them find their inner strength. And don't forget to subscribe, because here we don't just talk about self-improvement. We talk about self-mastery, about becoming the kind of person who can lead a life of purpose, clarity, and courage. Thank you for your time. And always remember, Stoicism isn't coldness. It's silent strength. The kind of strength made for those who dare to go the distance. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep exploring the mindsets that help you become the strongest version of yourself.